You don't need a drawer full of makeup to look beautiful after 60. But you do need to know this. What worked in your 30s may no longer serve you now. Our faces change. Skin softens, tones shift, and the way makeup sits on our skin evolves. Yet many women unknowingly cling to the same makeup routines they've used for decades out of habit, comfort, or simply not knowing what else to do. The result? Makeup that once enhanced now sometimes ages us. But it doesn't have to be that way. In today's video, we're retaking a gentle but honest look at the most common makeup mistakes that can add years to your face, and more importantly, what to do instead. No shaming, no rules carved in stone. Just simple, kind advice to help you feel more like yourself, radiant, refreshed, and truly seen. Makeup at this stage of life shouldn't be about hiding. It should be about softening, brightening, and celebrating the beauty you've earned. Let's dive in. Mistake 1. Using heavy, full coverage foundation. One of the most common makeup habits women carry into their 60s and beyond is using full coverage, matte foundation, the kind designed to hide everything. Lines, redness, age spots, freckles. Gone in one thick sweep. But here is the truth. What used to make us look flawless in our 30s can actually make us look older in our 60s. Why? Because heavy foundation doesn't just cover imperfections. It also settles into fine lines, clings to dry patches, and can flatten the natural glow of mature skin. Instead of giving you a polished, healthy look, it can create a mask-like effect that emphasizes the very things you're trying to minimize. Let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with wanting an even skin tone. But in this season of life, how we achieve that matters more than ever. So what's the better approach? The fix. Go lighter. Let your skin breathe. Swap out your heavy foundation for a lightweight, hydrating formula think, tinted moisturizer, BB cream, or serum foundation. These products even out skin tone without hiding your skin's texture. They allow your natural features to shine through while gently softening any discoloration. Look for keywords like light reflecting, hydrating, dewy finish, skin tint. If you still want a bit more coverage, try building up in sheer layers instead of applying one thick coat. Use a damp makeup sponge or your fingers to press the product into the skin. This helps it melt in and move with your expressions, rather than sit on top. Another smart tip: focus your application on the center of the face, around the nose, chin, and under eyes, then blend outward. This gives a natural, radiant finish without coating every inch of your face. And remember, real skin has texture. Pores, lines, freckles, spots, these are not flaws. They're part of you. And when treated with care, they can enhance your beauty, not take away from it. Lastly, skip powder unless absolutely necessary. If you must use it, choose a finely milled translucent formula and apply only where needed, like the T-zone, to avoid making the skin look dull or dry. The goal is not to erase your face. The goal is to let your light show through it. Makeup mistake 2. Overdoing the eyeliner is a classic beauty tool. For many of us, it was the first makeup product we ever used, and it's often the last one we give up. There's something powerful about how a simple line can define your eyes, sharpen your features, and add a bit of mystery to your expression. But after 60, our eyes change, and so should the way we apply eyeliner. Here's the mistake: applying eyeliner the same way we did in our 30s or 40s. Thick, jet black lines all around the eye, sharp wings, heavy lower lash lines. What used to look glamorous and defined can now look harsh, dated, or even make our eyes appear smaller and more tired. As we age, the skin around our eyes becomes thinner and more delicate. Lids may become hooded, lashes may thin, and our features can soften. When eyeliner is too dark or applied too heavily, especially along the bottom lash line, it can drag the eye downward. Instead of opening and lifting the eye, it closes it off and adds weight. Some women also struggle with eyeliner bleeding into fine lines or smudging under the eye, which can create a messy or raccoon effect even when freshly applied. So does that mean you have to give up eyeliner completely? Absolutely not. It just means you need a different approach, one that works with your eyes, not against them. The fix: use softer shades, strategic placement, and a gentle hand. Start by choosing a softer shade. Instead of black, go for deep brown, charcoal gray, soft plum, or rich navy colors that still define the eyes, but don't overwhelm them. Next, apply liner only to the top lash line. This lifts the eye and creates a clean, bright appearance. Use short strokes rather than a long, uninterrupted line. This helps the liner look more natural. If you have hooded eyes, keep the line thin and tight to the lashes, or try a slightly lifted shape at the outer corner to subtly open the eye. For even softer definition, try using a dark eyeshadow as eyeliner. A damp angled brush and a taupe or chocolate brown eyeshadow can create a beautiful, smudged line that moves with your skin instead of fighting against it. It's much more forgiving than pencil or liquid, and it won't settle into creases. As for the bottom lash line, tread lightly. If you must define it, use a light hand and only line the outer third of the eye, keeping the color soft and well blended. Avoid lining the waterline, especially in black. It can make eyes look smaller and emphasize redness. And here's a simple yet powerful tip. Focus on your lash line, not your lid. A well-defined lash line, paired with a lifted curl and a swipe of mascara, can make your eyes pop. No heavy liner needed. Bonus: if your hands are less steady these days, or your vision makes precision difficult, soft smudge techniques will actually work better for you than ultra-sharp cat eyes. Mistakes won't be noticeable, and the overall effect is softer, fresher, and more forgiving. Lastly, remember that eyeliner is not about changing your face. It's about enhancing what's already there. When done right, it draws attention to your eyes, not your makeup. Because at this stage of life, your eyes are more than just a feature. They're your voice, your wisdom, your warmth. Let's make sure they're seen, not hidden. Makeup mistake 3. Blush in the wrong place or the wrong color blush is the unsung hero of makeup. It has the power to bring life, warmth, and energy back to the face with just a few strokes. When used well, it can lift your features, brighten your complexion, and make you look instantly healthier. But when applied the wrong way, especially after 60, it can do the exact opposite. Here's the common mistake: using the wrong blush placement, the wrong color, or too much product. Many of us learn to apply blush by smiling and dabbing it on the apples of our cheeks. It made sense when our cheeks were naturally fuller and higher. But as we age, the fat pads in our face shift downward, and our skin loses some of its elasticity. That means applying blush the same way you did in your 30s can drag your face down rather than lifting it up. Another issue? Choosing a color that's too harsh or too dull. These shades can either age you or make you look washed out, neither of which is the goal. And finally, using blush with a heavy hand or with too much shimmer can emphasize texture, lines, and uneven skin. So how do you use blush to look vibrant, not older? The fix: placement is everything. So is tone. Let's start with where to put your blush. Instead of focusing on the apples of your cheeks, try applying blush slightly higher, along the upper part of your cheekbones, and blending it gently upward and outward toward the temples. This technique subtly lifts the face, gives a more modern shape, and adds definition where it's most flattering. You can even bring a light dusting of blush just above the brow bone or across the bridge of your nose for a soft, sun-kissed look that adds coherence to your face. Now let's talk about color. The most universally flattering blush tones for mature skin are shades of soft rose, peach, warm pink, or mauve. They mimic the natural flush of healthy skin and add color without overpowering. Avoid overly glittery or frosty formulas. Instead, go for satin or cream blushes, which blend better into the skin and give a more natural, lit-from-within glow. Cream blush is especially great for dry or textured skin. It adds dewiness and doesn't sit on top of fine lines. Not sure which color suits you? Pinch your fingertip and look at the natural tone that appears. That is the color family you should lean toward. Application tool matters too. Use a fluffy angled brush for powders and fingers or a damp sponge for creams. Always start with a small amount and build up slowly. It's easier to add than to remove. And remember, blush is not just color. It's a signal of health, vitality, and warmth. On mature skin, it can do wonders when placed and blended with care. When in doubt, apply your blush with a smile, but then gently lift and blend upwards. That's where your radiance lives now, not in the center of your cheeks, but along the beautiful arc of your experience. Makeup mistake 4. Ignoring the eyebrows there. That's a quiet transformation that happens to our faces over the years, and it often starts with the eyebrows. In our youth, brows frame the face with fullness, symmetry, and expression. But after 60, brows can thin, fade, and lose definition. They may become sparser, lighter in color, or uneven in shape. It's natural, but when ignored, it can subtly affect how vibrant and awake our entire face looks. Here's the mistake: neglecting the eyebrows altogether, or worse, overfilling them with dark, harsh lines that don't match your features. Some women stop doing their brows entirely because they fear it will look unnatural or draw too much attention. Others try to recreate their brows from their 20s with deep black pencils or sharp arches, but both approaches miss the mark. Brows matter more than ever now. When shaped and filled correctly, they frame the eyes, lift the face, and bring structure back to softening features. They help restore balance and give your makeup a finished, polished look without needing heavy products or complicated techniques. The fix: define. Don't overdraw. The key to great mature brows is subtle definition, not drama. Here's how to get it right. 1. Choose the right color. Avoid black, which can look too severe. Instead, go for taupe, soft brown, grayish brown, or blonde, depending on your hair and skin tone. If you have silver or white hair, cool taupe or soft gray can look stunning and natural. 2. Follow your natural shape. Don't try to force a sharp arch or square shape. Instead, trace the natural line of your brow, focusing on gently filling in sparse areas. The goal is to enhance, not reinvent. 3. Use the right product. Pencil is good for precise strokes. Powder gives a soft, diffused finish. A tinted brow gel can add color and hold. For the most natural look, try micro-feathering strokes with a fine-tip pencil to mimic real hairs. 4. Blend, blend, blend. Use a spoolie brush to brush through your brows after filling. This softens the product, evens the color, and creates a more natural finish. 5. Don't overdo it. The goal is not to make your brows look done, but to make your face look complete. Soft, lifted, natural brows make everything else, your eyes, your skin, your smile, look more alive. And here's a bonus tip. Lift the tail of your brow just slightly. Extending it too far down can drag the eye and age the face. A slightly lifted tail opens the eye and gives a more youthful lift. Finally, remember that eyebrows are not meant to match perfectly. They are sisters, not twins, and that's okay. What matters is that they bring balance, structure, and expression to your face. When you give your brows a little attention, something magical happens. Your whole face wakes up. Makeup mistake 5. Skipping lip color or choosing the wrong one. Our lips tell stories of laughter, love, good food, and better conversations. They express joy, sorrow, and confidence all at once. But as we age, lips can change. They may become thinner, drier, or lose some of the natural pigmentation that once gave them fullness and color. One of the most common makeup mistakes women over 60 make is ignoring the lips altogether or wearing a lip color that no longer suits them. Some women stop wearing lipstick entirely because they feel it bleeds, settles into lines, or just doesn't look like it used to. Others cling to the same shade they wore for decades, not realizing that changes in skin tone, texture, and overall style mean that color might no longer flatter them. The result? Washed out features, loss of definition, and an overall look that feels unfinished. But here's the truth. Lip color is one of the fastest, easiest ways to bring life back to the face. The right shade can brighten your complexion, define your features, and make you look polished, even with minimal makeup elsewhere. The fix. Find your new neutrals and redefine bold. Let's start with color. If your go-to lipstick has always been a dark plum or matte brick red, consider how that tone looks on you now. Dark shades tend to shrink the lips visually, and matte finishes can emphasize dryness or vertical lines. That's not to say older women can't wear bold colors. They absolutely can. But the key is finding the right undertone, finish, and placement. For a natural everyday look, try rosy pinks, soft corals, peach tones, or warm mauves. These shades often complement mature skin beautifully without overwhelming your features. If you want a pop of color, go for sheer reds, creamy berries, or satin finish burgundies, something that adds richness without heaviness. Avoid overly nude or beige tones that match your skin too closely. They can make you look washed out. Instead, choose your lips but better shade something 1 or 2 tones deeper than your natural lip color, with a soft, luminous finish. Hydration matters too. Look for lipsticks or tinted balms with moisturizing ingredients like hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, or shea butter. These formulas keep lips soft, reduce feathering, and give a more youthful appearance. If feathering is an issue, try these tips. Use a clear lip liner or wax pencil to define the edges. Apply a bit of concealer or foundation around the mouth to create a clean base. Stick with satin or creamy finishes instead of mattes. Consider a lip primer for added smoothness and staying power. And do not underestimate the power of lip liner, not to overdraw or exaggerate, but to restore definition to lips that may have softened or lost shape over time. A liner in the same shade as your natural lips or lipstick can keep everything tidy and elegant. One last thought. Lip color isn't about trying to look younger. It's about looking alive. Wearing a little color on your lips says, I'm still here. I still care, and I still enjoy expressing myself. Whether it's a soft pink gloss or a bold red, your lips deserve just as much attention as your eyes or cheeks. Because no matter your age, you still have something to say. Let your lips say it clearly, beautifully, and unapologetically. There's no age limit on beauty. What changes with time is not our worth, but the way we see ourselves, and the tools we use to express who we are now. Makeup, at this stage, is not about covering flaws. It is about honoring your features, embracing your wisdom, and showing up for yourself with quiet confidence. When you avoid the common makeup mistakes we've explored, heavy foundation, harsh eyeliner, misplaced blush, forgotten brows, and lifeless lips, you're not just improving your makeup routine. You're reclaiming your face, your presence, and your joy. The truth is, aging isn't something to hide. It's something to illuminate. And with the right touches, soft color here, a gentle lift there, you don't need to chase youth. You simply need to reflect who you truly are. Radiant, experienced, powerful, and still fully alive. So the next time you look in the mirror, do not search for the face you had at 30. See the beauty that has evolved. See the strength in softness. See the glow of a woman who still shines.